Hello and welcome to Cinebuck Presents, where I give my $2 instead of my 2 cents. I must confess that I've never played any of the Five Nights at Freddy's games, but I have seen Let's Play videos of them online, so I at least have a fair idea of how the gameplay goes. The idea of playing as a late-night security guard at a pizza place while preventing the animatronic mascots from attacking and killing you before your shift is over is a very good one. The only question is, how could that idea be translated onto the silver screen? The plot of this movie revolves around a young man named Mike Schmidt, who's had a bit of a troubling employment history. When the opportunity to work as a late-night security guard at the abandoned Freddy Fazbear's Pizza place comes along, he's initially reluctant about it, but he ends up taking it. Over the course of the film, he has a reoccurring dream about his younger brother Garrett being kidnapped, an incident which actually happened to him when Mike was a young boy. The further he goes into these dreams, and also learns more about the pizza place, the more he tries to connect the dots between the two. Like how and why the animatronic mascots are able to come to life on their own and often display a violent motif. Only then does he, as well as the audience, find out that the pizza place isn't all that's cracked up to be. Incidentally, I didn't think the games had much of a basis for story to warrant a feature film adaptation. Little did I know that there's an actual lore behind the games. I actually did read up on it in advance in hopes of understanding the movie better. It was a good thing that I did. Otherwise, I would have gotten a little lost in what the film tried to establish. There's a lot to explain in the lore, but without going into spoiler territory, let's just say that it involves a certain connection between some murdered children and the animatronic mascots. While the film did simplify the lore and provided a few effective scares, it unfortunately kind of missed a few opportunities in being a truly effective horror film. I mean, it had so much potential. I just wish it could have done so much more with the lore, instead of just occasionally throwing the audience off with certain surprises and twists without providing too much of a satisfying payoff. Some of the connections it tried to make didn't even exactly click. Something must have happened during development when it got a little lost in translation from video game to film. From a visual standpoint, though, it does look nice, particularly in how the animatronic mascots are designed and puppeteered, giving them a bit of humanity at certain times. From a storytelling standpoint, it could have been better. I can't say for certain if a visit to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza place is worthy enough of a good time, but overall, it's alright. If I were to give this film a rating on a scale between 1 and 10, I personally would give it probably a 5.5. If you want my advice, read up on the lore before you check the movie out, should you decide to do so. This is Renton Whitetail having given his $2 and signing off. I'll see you next time. Take care.